Welcome back to Think Like a Native, Unlocking Fluent English. I'm your host, Victor, and today we're diving into a topic that can make or break your ability to sound like a native speaker: pronunciation. In our first episode, we learned how to think in English without translating, which is key for fluency. In the second, we tackled phrasal verbs, those essential building blocks of conversational English. Last time, we explored idioms and slang, the colorful expressions that native speakers love. Now, it's time to polish your speech with proper pronunciation. Let me share a quick story. After learning English for some time, I could write complex sentences and understand academic lectures, but when I spoke, people often asked me to repeat myself. It wasn't until I started working on my pronunciation that I realized how crucial it is for clear communication. So, today, we'll cover some fundamental aspects of English pronunciation and give you practical tips to improve. First things first, why should you care about pronunciation? Well, it's not just about sounding like a native speaker, though that's a nice bonus. More importantly, good pronunciation ensures that others understand you easily. If your accent is too strong or your sounds are off, even simple words might be misunderstood. Plus, speaking clearly can boost your confidence and make conversations more enjoyable. English pronunciation can be tricky because it has many sounds that don't exist in other languages, and the spelling doesn't always match the sound. But don't worry, we'll break it down step by step. First, understanding English sounds. English has 44 phonetic sounds, divided into 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Some of these sounds might be familiar to you, while others might be completely new. For example, the TH sound in think or this is unique to English and doesn't exist in many languages. To master these sounds, it's helpful to learn the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA, which represents each sound with a symbol. You don't need to memorize all the symbols, but recognizing them can help when you look up pronunciations in dictionaries like Merriam-Webster. Another crucial aspect is stress and intonation. English is a stress-timed language, meaning that some syllables are stressed more than others, and this stress pattern can change the meaning of words. For example, consider the word record. If you stress the first syllable, it's a noun meaning a document or achievement. If you stress the second syllable, it's a verb meaning to register or set down in writing. Intonation refers to the rise and fall of your voice when you speak. It can indicate whether you're making a statement, asking a question, or expressing emotion. For instance, a statement usually has a falling intonation at the end, while a yes or no question has a rising intonation. Third, connected speech. Native speakers don't pronounce every word separately. They link words together. This is called connected speech. For example, going to often sounds like gonna, and want to like wanna. Understanding and using these reductions can make your speech sound more natural. Other features of connected speech include assimilation, where one sound changes to match the sound of a neighboring word, and elision, where sounds are dropped, like saying fish and chips instead of fish and chips. So, how can you improve your pronunciation? Let's start with some practical exercises. Minimal pairs are pairs of words that differ by only one sound, like ship and sheep. Practicing minimal pairs helps you distinguish and produce similar sounds accurately. Here are a few examples: ship versus sheep, pen versus pin, bat versus bet, think versus sink. Try saying these pairs out loud, paying close attention to the differing sounds. Similarly, tongue twisters are fun phrases that are difficult to say quickly, often because they repeat similar sounds. They're great for practicing specific sounds and improving fluency. Here are two classic ones. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. She sells seashells by the seashore. Start by saying them slowly, then gradually increase your speed as you get more comfortable. Another effective method is to record yourself speaking and compare it to a native speaker. Choose a short paragraph or a speech from a TED Talk, for example. Listen to it multiple times, and then record yourself trying to mimic it. Play back both recordings and note the differences. This will help you identify areas where you need to improve. There are many resources available to help you with pronunciation, like YouTube channels, websites of the British Council and BBC Learning English. For this week's exercise, I want you to choose a short speech or paragraph from a native English speaker, such as a TED Talk or a news broadcast. Listen to it several times, focusing on the pronunciation, stress, and intonation. Record yourself reading the same text, then compare your recording to the original and note any differences in sound, stress, or rhythm. Practice until you feel more confident with the pronunciation. Mastering pronunciation takes time and practice, but it's worth the effort. Remember, the goal isn't to sound exactly like a native speaker, but to be clear and confident in your communication. Every step you take brings you closer to thinking and speaking like a native. In our next episode, we'll explore how cultural nuances affect language use, helping you navigate social situations with ease. Until then, keep practicing your pronunciation, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're part of the learning process. See ya!